Hi there, Gemini. Happy New Year. Welcome to your January 2017 reading. Really great to see everybody. And slightly different this month because I'll do the normal reading, but then I'm going to include 4 cards for the 4 quarters of the next year. Instead of doing 12, which can be really long, I wanted to give you a snapshot. And then if you want to reach out to me and get a more detailed reading, that's always an option. But let's get straight into the reading. We'll start with the channeled information. And I got the message of being considerate actually in January. This is something where you're going to possibly be challenged with people in your life that may be not always as kind as you want them to be. There may also be some moments in your life where you're rushed a little bit. And what's going to be very important to both your success, your happiness, and protecting your assets is to be kind, considerate, and sometimes modeling the behavior that you're expecting from others, even if they're not displaying it. A sign of a good leader, of a really kind human being, is sometimes just being there and being kind, even when they're not receiving that back. So again, a little bit of modeling is going to be necessary, and particularly in being kind and considerate to others, even if they're not doing that for you. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the cards and see what is coming through for January. For those of you that are new, the part of this reading that will stay the same is that I expanded every month to include health, wealth, love, and destiny. And I pull single cards for each of those. But in this beginning part, I really like to just let the information come through that needs to come through. Every month I change decks as well. I like to have a different energy that comes through from month to month. It allows me unique interpretations, and I know that some of you like that, some of you don't, but it really works well for me. So thanks for bearing with me on that. All right, here we go. Let's first look at your catalyst card for this month. Again, a catalyst card is what pulls everything together. And for you, for January 2017, the catalyst is vulnerability. This is interesting. So you may find yourself in a situation where you have to put yourself on the line and maybe share something that's uncomfortable, or go out on a limb and try something that makes you feel vulnerable. But this moment of vulnerability could also be your moment of power and growth. If you notice, it's a beautiful card with hyacinths and daisies, showing again that it's going to be okay, but sometimes you have to step out of your comfort zone. I really love that we have the Ten of Pentacles at the center. This is mirroring another sign that I saw earlier, where I feel like a lot of us are concerned with where we're at, what we're achieving. Are we stable? Yours is in the upright position right at the center. So I see this being the beginning of the year, opening up a lot of opportunities with money and with career. We have the Three of Pentacles right on top of it, which is a card of recognition. So we have stability, recognition, and the only thing that's questionable here, as I'm looking at your crowning card, is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And so what this can have to do with is, for those of you that are looking for a new opportunity, this may not be the month when that comes through. The reversal usually means a little bit of a slowdown, possibly needing to put money out to pay for maybe renovations, to buy a large ticket item that you didn't anticipate. So I see that you've done a really good job of saving and earning with this Ten of Pentacles card, that a lot of you are at a place now where you're being recognized for the hard work that you're doing, but there may be a need for you to take some of those earnings and reinvest, or to pay for something out of pocket. So be prepared for that. Don't panic over it, because it looks like you're in an okay position, but it is something to sort of think, all right, I'm going to need to keep a little bit more padding, so that whether it comes up in January or shortly thereafter, you'll be prepared for that. I'll pull the camera back down, leave it down for a moment so you can see the other cards here. When I look here at your recent past, we have the Four of Cups. It's reversed, which is showing me that a lot of you are ready to basically get to a point in your life where I think you want to step into your own, to try something new. This is coming through for almost every card this year, so I think that this is a year of changes. A lot of you have this moment, a fork in the road, if you will, where you could continue down a path that is perhaps very stable and predictable, or go down a path that could be more satisfying but unknown. What that means for some of you, we've got the World card here in reverse, is an absolute change of location that could take you to a different state, country, or even just a different culture. There's a lot of changes that could happen for you over the course, not just of January, but 2017. And with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, I'm sorry, this is the World card in reverse. With the World card in reverse, what I'm seeing for some of you is fear, because we've got two contrasting cards here. This is where you're at the moment, Ten of Pentacles. And with the World card in reverse, this is showing that things feel, or you're afraid of having things start to be unstable for you. So if that happens, remember that moment of vulnerability that could lead to growth. Question whether it's just an unsubstantiated fear, something that's more about self-confidence than about reality. If it is, then go out on a limb. If, however, you have a risk of stability and it's not one that you're willing to take, it's all about free will. You don't have to go there. But you have this opportunity, this window that could lead to success, but don't go there if you feel like there's too much to be sacrificed. It's really up to you. I say that because it looks like this year is going to offer a lot of opportunities for you, a lot of opportunities in money, and a lot of opportunities in love, because for me, Queen of Pentacles can also be symbolic of getting married, receiving new love in your life. And for those of you that have possibly been thinking of starting a family, this is a card too of like a universal mother card for me, where anytime over this year could be a good time to think about that. Your resources, your environment, what's going on around you. There's a lot of, some of you may actually be at a point in your life where your parents may need more from you than you need from them, or a sibling or loved one in your life is calling on you for assistance. I say that because the Ten of Cups, which is family and close relationships, is in a reversed position. So you'll have to decide how much you're willing to give. It looks like you're in a position to do that if you need to give a little bit more. Again, that's really something you'll have to decide. One of your challenges this year, because I see this in the fear position, is stepping out and really sort of speaking your mind. And I see that as a trend for a lot of cards, a lot of signs rather, this month. And what I want you to avoid doing is taking in too much negativity from others. There could be someone in your life, a King of Swords reversed, which to me is even a little bit more severe than the Queen of Swords reversed. This is someone who could come in and just focus on all of the negative aspects of your life, or deliver feedback or constructive criticism in such a way that it sort of like devastates you. So if you have someone in your life that's basically not encouraging and is only sort of only gives you negative feedback, I want you to try to separate yourself, especially in the month of January, around the 3rd or 4th week. What I see positive for you though is Four of Staves, rather, or Four of Wands is always positive, even in the reverse, for me anyway. What I see with this is that partnerships are going to take wonderful leaps and bounds this year if you welcome them in. There's hesitation because of the reversal, and I think for some of you, this could be a perfectionist sort of thing stepping in, because you may feel like you need to prove something, not necessarily for your partner or for your friend, but because you in your head think, I need to achieve this before I can be accepted, or before I can be loved, or before this person can be a part of my life. The truth of the matter is they're ready for you right now, but you have to feel worthy, because part of the interesting equation in the universe is, like, until we feel like we deserve it, sometimes the universe will not deliver. And with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, this is saying, do you truly believe in yourself? And if not, it's not a problem. This is something you can work on with mantras, with talking to someone, but make sure that you surround yourself by a little bit more positivity over the month of January, and also watch your own communication, especially around weeks 3 and 4, because you could be perceived by others as being too negative. So you always want to listen, start any sort of critique or criticism with positive information, and then work your way to what you need to see the change on. And that's not dishonesty, that's actually just allowing people to know that you care, and then giving them the feedback that they need. Because I know I mentioned this on one other sign before, and I read a comment where someone said you shouldn't be dishonest, and that's not it. A great way to reach out and give someone the information they need to hear is by letting them know you care and letting them know they're doing something right. So I prefer anyway, because I used to be in a job where I would give direction. When I was on the receiving end of direction, I always wanted to hear what was going okay, and then I was more open. It basically opens your heart chakra. So there's a metaphysical component to it. It's something you should try if you've never done it. I know that certain people are very busy and just want to like fire out either the orders or the feedback. And if you're in a position where you can do that, great. But you may find that people in your life, whether that's a position of power like as a parent or as a boss at a big company, they're going to respect you a lot more if you start with positive feedback. So use that to your advantage this month to get further and to really create more friends in your life and colleagues that are going to be willing to go to bat for you when you need them. Let's expand this forecast to look at health, wealth, love, and destiny. I'll leave the camera down for most of this. We'll start first with health, which can include both, well, actually three things: mind, body, and spirit. But let's see which one of those components wants to come through. So it is about asking for help or letting people help you. So this may be a friend, a parent, a loved one, whoever in your life steps up and says, "Hey, why don't I take you out tonight? Maybe let me treat you to lunch, or do you need help? I'll babysit your kids for you." Or just you talking to someone and letting them take on your cares for a little bit. So this is about reaching out for help or accepting help. Don't feel like you have to always take it on and basically be self-sufficient. It's okay occasionally to open up. That does mean vulnerability, but you could have someone in your life who's really just trying to return that beautiful consideration that you may have extended to them before. Let's look at your wealth and career opportunities. And what we're seeing right now is a past life issue coming through for you. As I look at your past, which we didn't talk about your deep past, and I think that was intentional here because now we're looking at this. It's the Eight of Staves or the Eight of Wands, and this is a card of being really, really busy, but sometimes not. Again, we saw this give us your cares for your health. With this busy card, it's sometimes you're so razor focused on what you're trying to accomplish, because it was reversed, that something could fall by the wayside. So if you were to allow someone to help you, you actually could save yourself from missing something and being embarrassed. You could also let another person rise up and be successful. So when we take on too much, we don't allow other people to shine. So this will not only make you look a little bit better because you're willing to let everybody do their part, but it could also help someone else get further along in their own life, in their own career, in their own sort of soul path. And how does this help you at work? It shows that you're confident, that you're comfortable, that other people around you can be just as successful as you, and that's part of your success too, okay? When we look at your love and relationships, let me pull the camera back down so you can see me shuffle and then pull the card. For your relationship card this month, we have that it's time to start something new, or it's time to create. So for those of you that have been together with someone, maybe as a domestic partner or maybe just in a long-term relationship for a long time, this is saying maybe it's time to take it to a different level or to create something new. Either way, some change has to happen. For those of you that have been alone, it means that this could be time to bring in something new. And that it doesn't necessarily have to come by just going on an online dating site. Maybe this creation of something in your life. Maybe it's through cooking, maybe it's through art, maybe it's through taking a class. Some sort of an act of creation or self-evolution is what's going to bring in the partner. So allow yourself to grow and allow your relationships to change as they need to change. As we look at your destiny for the month of January leading into 2017, this is what we've got. And we're going to look much deeper into your destiny in a moment. We have Mountain, and it's reversed. But what this means is try not to focus so much on how far you have to go, but rather focus on what it is you want to do. So I know that seems real easy when you hear it, but sometimes, for instance, I just wrapped up a big writing project. If I had known how many years and how many levels of, basically a project approval, representation, all this stuff that's necessary to get it done, it could have been discouraging. Sometimes ignorance is bliss, but I would take this to a different place and say, knowledge is power. Kind of educate yourself on a process if you're going to try something. But instead of focusing on, oh my gosh, I could take this and I don't know if it's going to work and the odds are against me, instead focus on, but I want to do this. And then change it to, I'm going to do this. And each day I'm going to take joy, pride, and a moment of just gratitude for the fact that I'm working towards something that I love. Don't worry about how long it will take, because the universe is helping you every step of the way, even if you don't believe it, even the roadblocks are assistance. And so focus instead on the quality. And this could be anything in your life, whether it's raising a child, whether it's building a house, or whether it's creating something beautiful that you're going to share with the world. Maybe you're going to sell something, maybe it's a painting or something like that. Don't focus on how long it will take. Focus on the message, the purpose, and the enjoyment that you experience as you're working on that path, okay? This can also hold true for achieving a degree. For instance, if you're in school and you're trying, and it's a long program, maybe it's a medical degree, a law degree, or you're a non-traditional student and you have to work like full-time or part-time and go to school nights, weekends, it's okay. Part of your journey was to appreciate that education in little doses, and you're going to take in everything you can. And when you get that degree 6, 8, 10 years later, whatever, it's going to feel so fantastic, and it will change your life. So focus on the end, not the in-between, and it's going to be what motivates you and keeps you focused and successful. All right. Let's quickly review everything, and I'm going a little faster because I want to take a look at 2017. I'll be pulling 4 cards to take a look at the 4 quarters of the year, and I'm really excited to see that. So first I'll review everything that I brought in. Your channeled information was to be considerate of others and also allow others, when necessary or possible, to be considerate towards you. There may be someone willing and ready to help you, but maybe you're so independent or you're so distracted that you haven't noticed that and haven't allowed that to happen. As we look at your general spread this month, I see that you've worked hard over the past year, and many of you are reaping rewards for that hard work. Even if it's not immediately shown in money, it could be an opportunity. Many of you are getting ready to graduate or to step into a new and challenging role. People are going to be there and be ready for that, to sort of support you in that as well. As I said earlier, when we're looking at that karmic situation from the deep past, it's to not be so razor focused that you miss the scenery, that you miss an opportunity. So if you let someone help you, if you let someone shine around you, then you're going to have more energy, more time to do more in your life, and also that person will have a chance to shine. This is also about a potential missed opportunity. So I want you to look around you when it comes to love and friendships and see who maybe needs your time, needs your affection. And also, you might have a secret admirer like around the corner and you're just not ready or willing to let that person in. When I look at your crowning card, and it's really coming through more as an aspect of your personality than a person, we have the Knight of Pentacles. And this is really about needing to put a little bit more money, effort, or energy into projects and things in your life. So don't be too stingy with your money, but also prepare. I would say the beginning part of the month, save up. You may have an expense towards the end of the month. It doesn't seem like something that's going to continue, but it is something you might have to just part with and be okay with that. For some of you, there could be a move on the horizon or travel, and it's probably unexpected, but this is the moment where you have to think, is it just that I'm afraid to put myself out and try something new? Or are you just really feeling way too vulnerable? If that's the case, then it's okay. But notice that this really says meadow, and meadow is a place where there's growth, where there's safety and security. So really search your heart on that one. This is a great year for, again, starting a family, starting a business, finding love. Perhaps a really strong earth sign is going to come in for some of you, a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. This is also a time when family may need a little bit more support for you, particularly those of you that have older parents or a sibling that may have special needs or just need more of your time. Don't be afraid to give. Remember again that it may take a lot for them to come to you and ask for assistance. King of Swords in reverse in your hopes and fears, saying don't be afraid of other people's criticism. It comes through, you should let it flow. But if it's too negative, separate yourself from that. Also take special care not to be too critical of others. We talked about techniques on that. I do see an opportunity for love to come in towards the end of the month. This could be unexpected. It could take longer than you think for courtship, but either way, I would welcome that, because Four of Wands is usually very positive. As we expand out and look at the year, again, remember to allow others to help and to also give to others. Your past life issue seems to be around being distracted or being so focused that you lose track of some of the either the opportunities or the emergencies or situations around you. So keep an open mind, keep an open heart, and give some of your time and energy to others. Also delegate some of your tasks when possible. This is a really good time in relationships to either take it to a new level or decide to create something new, to maybe leave a partner and it's time for something new, but a shift has to happen in most of your intimate relationships. Finally, not to get overwhelmed by all of the work that's necessary in your life, to focus instead on all of those opportunities and really razor focus on the end result. It's going to keep you motivated. All right, let's get to the exciting part, which is your 2017 sort of like snapshot here. Last year I pulled 12 cards. This year I'm pulling 4 so that I could get this out a little bit quicker. If you want a more detailed one, you can reach out to me, but sometimes it's better to get a high-level overview, and I think that's going to be true this year. All right, so I'm going to separate this into 4 stacks, and we'll pull the first off each. All right, and I'm seeing a trend with a lot of signs that the first part of the year is where there's a lot of growth, and then some of the challenges come through in the second part. Nothing to be too concerned about. We'll talk about this in a minute, but let me go ahead and look at your karma card for this year, and that's really what you're bringing in baggage-wise from your past, and or lesson-wise from the past. It doesn't always have to be negative. Sometimes you can bring in positive karma, and in your case you are. And then we're going to look at what your opportunity is, your destiny for the year. It's interesting because I got that for another sign. So we'll start first with your, actually I'm going to start first with the 2 big cards. So your karma card, and what I think you've actually brought in as a strength is a spiritual connection. And an intuitive connection. You wouldn't be watching this channel if you weren't somehow interested in developing your intuition. So I would say continue with that development this year. I see a lot more growth and opportunity with that. Also, Altar Priestess reminds me a lot of the High Priestess or the Magician, which means manifestations absolutely not just possible but probable this year. So spend your time working to manifest your hopes and your dreams. Your sort of opportunity here as you're looking towards the whole year as in a snapshot is to not be afraid to put boundaries, to say no, and sometimes to just accept a no in your life from someone else, because there may be other people that are trying to put those boundaries up as well, and you need to observe the boundaries. So the no is about a line in the sand, really. All right, for January, February, and March of next year, really great growth period for you. It is literally a time to stretch and try new things, and also I believe that you're going to be recognized for a lot of the hard work that you put in last year, assuming that you did that work, and if not, you have a little bit of time here in the new year to catch up. As we look, so this is January, February, March, as we look at April, May, and June, really great time to kick off new endeavors, new projects, new relationships, to write. This is a card of communication. So things are looking really good in April, May, and June for you. As we look at July, August, and September, this is a time when I want you to focus more on your health, staying active, and also trying not to repeat issues from the past. When I look at this Ten of Swords, it's a card of mirroring. And if we were to look at it upright, you would actually see the ability to rise above your problems. With it reversed, it's showing the problems are taking a little bit more precedence. So what I really want you to focus on is to become and focus on what you want to be rather than on what you were or what didn't happen in the past. So as we look here towards, let's see, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, and September, these are the months of transition and difficult decisions in your life, possibly stepping outside of things that no longer suit you. Maybe for some of you, you need to take care of body issues that are popping up in the lower back, in the heart, wherever you're feeling pain, or you might have some sort of family history. This is the time to take care of it, to work with your doctor, to make the changes necessary in your diet and health to improve overall. As we look at the very last part of the year, October, November, and December, we have a reversal, and I'm actually happy that both of these are reversed. The Nine of Swords in reverse is saying it's time to let go of the fear of what's coming next. The truth of the matter for all of us is, you know what, we have, I believe, tarot and even our lives in general, we have guideposts along the way, but we have so much free will that it's really up to us what we want to make of it. So this is saying you could live in a place where there's a little bit of fear, or there's uncertainty, or you can take this positive energy from the beginning of the year and make that your truth. I'm going to encourage you to do that, because what I see at the latter part of the year is some uncertainty, some feeling that, oh, I don't know if I can do it, or maybe there's a setback and you have a temptation to let that setback become your truth. I don't think you're going to have to do that. It's just, this is the opportunity where, you know, we looked at your general read and it said, for the month of January, I would extend this out to the year, and I would say there's people around you that want to help. Allow them to help. Allow them to step in that latter part, and you're going to find more strength, more security, and probably get to the point where you're going to overcome a lot of these issues. So yeah, make room in your life for other people in the latter part. You're going to need them. In the beginning, it's a chance of a lot of success and a lot of basically you can knock a lot of things off your to-do list at the beginning of the year. Okay? So with that being said, Happy New Year. I hope this gave you the information you needed to at least get a good start in January and a feeling for where you're headed. And remember, there's free will every step of the way. So if there's anything here that you didn't like or that you want to change it. That's why we have these discussions, and that's why it shifts from month to month, because we continue to make wise decisions and sometimes not so wise decisions. But I'm here to give you some insight along that journey. Okay. Thank you so much for all of the support last year and the year before that. This has been a really great experience. I really appreciate all the likes and subscribes and the comments every month, so please keep it up. It keeps me motivated and it helps me know that it's reaching out to people that are appreciative. If you'd like to stay in touch, I have a newsletter, and that's a great way. And also, you can just hit subscribe on this channel. I'll make sure to put links to my website, to where you can book and also subscribe. And likewise, I'm on social media, and there'll be a link to connect with me there on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I always forget one, but you know where to find me. And last but not least, if you feel like this has been really informative and you just want to give back, I have a donate button at the end, and that's completely optional. Otherwise, this is my service to you and my way to say thank you for all of the support that you've given me. I wish you all the best in this new year, and I look forward to seeing you again in 1 month's time. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.